Hey everyone, Sarah here with Naturally Inspirational. I wanted to jump on today to go ahead and give you guys kind of an update of what we're doing, what's going on, and we are going to be working on some samples here. So I got my samples, I was making some last night in bed, and I figured while I was labeling, I'd jump on here with all of you and just kind of give you an update, kind of what's going on, because we do have free samples right now. We are giving them away for free, and it's not just one sample, but two. And I know a lot of people have had a lot of questions in the comments in regards to it, so we're going to kind of dig into this here a little bit. And yes, we will be saving this onto our Facebook page so you can watch it later and join us. So we're going to go ahead and dig in. So if you are looking to get your free sample of Dandelion Salve, yes, it is in the Linktree app that is linked in all of my bios, so you can find it on my Facebook page, you can find it on my TikTok page, and on there you can find everything that we have from the free samples, our website, Amazon, and more. So the why behind the samples. I went ahead and started making these pretty little samples because I liked how magical it changes people's lives. This sample right here is Dandelion Yarrow Calendula, and this is enough for a 1 or 2 time sample, and you just tear the top right off and you take it out and you rub it on your skin. These are not to be eaten. If you eat it, it will not hurt you. It's 100% safe. I have had customers eat it. My dog's eaten it. My kids have tried tasting it. Doesn't taste the greatest, but it will not hurt you. So this salve, I call it magic. I call it magic salve. It is the best, most amazing salve that you could ever have to go ahead and put on your body, and it does a lot of amazing things. So we will go ahead and dig into kind of what the amazing things are, but if you're looking to get a sample, yes, it is free. We will cover the shipping. All you have to do is fill out the link. If you can get on the Linktree, there will be a form. It does not even ask you for a credit card. No credit cards needed whatsoever. We just need name, phone number, email, address, which sample you'd like, and a little bit of an option question if you want to leave any extra information, and we will get it right out to you. Just have to press the submit button. So with that, the packaging I have had questions on, and these are Miller freeze-dried bags that I heat seal shut. So this is a food grade bag. So a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, that's probably plastic, and plastic is horrible. Yes, plastic is horrible for the body, and no, I do not like putting my products in plastic. But considering this is a Miller freeze-dried bag, this works out great because it's food safe and you're getting less contamination from this versus like a Ziploc baggie and such. So this is why I make them in these cute little portable bags. These also work great in first aid kits, so they travel really well. They can be squished and such. They're nice, although sometimes the mailing company pops them because they run them through their machines. So we do have to be precautious of that. If anybody gets a salve sample in the mail and it comes up and it's disgusting and you obviously notice one of the packages squeezed out, contact us. We will send you a replacement, no questions asked. We just need a picture confirming of the package being destroyed, and we will replace it for free. That is one of the things that I love about my customer service, is being there for my clients and making sure that they're happy and taken care of, because nobody wants to get a sample that's absolutely ugly, disgusting, leaking all over the place, especially for the first time. So label a few more of these. So magic salve goes ahead and helps with a lot of different things. And I say magic salve because I wrote the books Dandelion Magic, Yarrow Magic, Calendula Magic, and I personally like to use the word magic because of how amazing these are. It works like magic. The fact that God created plants that can naturally help us is quite amazing. So our salves help cover a very large base of skin irritation, skin issues, and more. So it's, the best way to put it is, our salves can be used like a lotion. You can rub it right onto your skin, let it soak in, going ahead and helping with bruises, sores, arthritis, all natural first aid, 100% safe for kids, pets. You can use it on your dog's paws, especially for us here in Michigan. Salt is horrible for their paws, let alone the snow goes ahead and gets into between their paws and can dry it out. So you really want to be able to moisturize and help keep your pets happy as well as you. And some of us have husbands that don't believe in Band-Aids, and the salve really does help with that, especially if they believe duct tape and electrical tape is great. Goes right in their toolbox. So I decided to include my husband today. So does my husband over here have any questions that he would like to ask?
How do people get free samples? Do you have a link for that, or what? How do they get them?
So all of our free samples are available in 2 different ways. If you'd like to get the free sample of any of our salve options, which we have 4 salve options that are yellow, 1 that is a tallow option of free samples that you can get, and you can find them in our link tree that is in our bio here on TikTok or on Facebook. And if you can't find it, comment below. I will send you the link myself so this way you can get a straight shot right to it. And we also have free samples on our website. But if you go ahead and go on the website, if you choose shipping, it will charge you $9.99 for shipping. But all of our samples are 100% free. If you do get charged, I will refund you 100%. I manually do that myself, which is why I also tell people if you go through my website to get a free sample, read the description because it will tell you to do it as a pickup order so you do not get charged. That's one of those things that I couldn't get, so we ended up creating a whole form which is on Linktree, does not ask for a credit card, does not ask for any payment, just your name, phone number, email, address, and we ship it straight out to you. And if you want to have it shipped to a family or friend, you can fill out a form more and more, so this way you can share the love with everybody else for free if you want to give it to them as a gift, if they know it's coming. It's one of those things that I try to make as easy as possible for everybody to enjoy. Was that a satisfaction of your answer for the question?
Sure. Asking for someone else, why are you using bags instead of jars for these?
So, going ahead and mailing samples is pricey if you really wanted to put it into it. So, we have different size product sizes. So, this is a 2-ounce salve jar that is actually from Amazon. And this actually was a return, but it's actually still a very good product. As you can tell, it heated up and it leaked on one side, but it didn't leak out of the product though. So shipping this, I have to ship it in a bubbler, and this could be a lot for somebody that's like, why would I want a full-size product? And for me to ship this jar right here is $14. So it costs a lot more to ship, and you don't know if you're really gonna like it or not. So we decided to take from all of our jars to go ahead and make it more easier for you to try for free. And we put it into these little simple salve samples that we mail to you in a small envelope free of charge, so you can try it, and you get to try 2, not just 1. So that's one of the amazing gifts that we're giving away is our samples, because it's a one-time sample that you get to try yourself at home, and you're not being like, oh my gosh, I bought this whole size product, I don't know if I like it, I don't know if it works. And this is where you can try it for free. And I absolutely love feedback, whether it's good or bad. I love it all because it helps me to grow and understand my customers.
Are those bags food grade safe for your salve?
Absolutely. I personally have looked at different types of samples, and our original free samples were in a little plastic jar, which was a 0.5 ounce. And filling those were easy, had a cap that screwed on, but the problem was they were too big to mail in a flat envelope. So going ahead and mailing them was hard. They broke very easily, let alone they were plastic, contaminating my product. And your hands get slippery when you're using them and trying to open and close it all the time was a joke. I had a lot of customers love the samples, but they had problems with it. So we went ahead and turned it over to a Miller food grade bag that you can see the sample in it. It is fully sealed, and if it does get squeezed, it shouldn't pop, but if they do pop, we do go ahead and replace them if it pops in the mail on the way to you. But this is easy. It slides right into your pocket. It is, like, as you can tell, I can flatten this, and it is good to go. When you're ready, there's little tear tabs, so you don't even need scissors. You can do this right on the go. You can tear them right off and go whoop.
What exactly is in the magic salve that makes it work so well?
Well, that is actually a very broad question. Is there a specific salve you want to ask in regards to? We can go over them all, but we can pick one for right now.
I don't have any one in particular.
Well, we have tallow, we have beeswax, and shea butter. So we have 2 types of salves, and we always have started with our beeswax and shea butter salves. So that would be the yellow here, which is the samples I'm actually backing up: Dandelion, Yarrow, Calendula, purple label. We have color-coded labels, so you kind of know which one it is. This is dandelion. Yellow labels, we have dandelion and yarrow together. Blue label, we have yarrow, which is a green label. We have beef tallow, whipped and unwhipped. A lot of different options, but each one is a little bit different. So all of the yellow salves have the same base. And what I mean as the same base, we follow the same ingredients to go ahead and create it. So all of my yellow salves are made with infused olive oil, shea butter, beeswax, lavender, and spearmint. All these I create myself here at home. I create all my salves knowing where my products come from, how they're created. I make them here at home, and if they're not right, I change it and make it correct. So I am a small company. I value how I make all my products, so I know what's in them and such. And if there is a special order of something, like some people are allergic to beeswax or shea butter, or especially lavender. Some people are allergic to lavender. Send us a personal message. I will make a batch with no lavender. I can make that happen just for you guys. I do a lot of soap requests that way as well. So the magic in it is not just the ingredients of the beeswax and the shea butter. The magic that's in it is the herbs. So I go ahead and infuse all of my olive oils with herbs. As you could tell, there is no chunks of the herbs in here. It's because I filter them. So I run them through a levy machine, and I do have that in my link tree as well if you want to go look up what a levy machine is, because they're very easy to have at home and make your own as well. A lot of people know them to make like marijuana stuff. I don't even go toward that. No, I use it for herbs. I like everything herbs. I like to use my infused oils. I can get an infused oil done in 5 hours at home, which is amazing considering usually it takes weeks or months. So you can go ahead and infuse a herbal oil, and in my case, we have all of our yellow salves have the same ingredients, but the herbs are different. So they're all the olive oil and beeswax shea butter base with the lavender and spearmint, but each one is a little bit different because of the herbs. So this one is dandelion, yarrow, and calendula, which is 3 infused oils into 1 salve. Then we have dandelion and yarrow, 2 infused oils into 1 salve. Then we have dandelion, 1 infused oil into this salve. So that is really the magic of it, is the herb itself. I have found dandelion to be so magical and beneficial that so many people love how well it works. I had a lady that she couldn't use her hand for 5 years. She's been to the doctor, she's had surgery, she's done shots, creams, everything. Her arthritis was so bad she was peeling her fingers open and shut right in front of me. She couldn't even pick up her grandkids, hold her cell phone, get her wallet out, nothing. She put this salve on her wrist for 3 months, right here. Goes in the doctor and goes, explain this to me. She had full function of her hand. She actually placed an order, came in with me, and she's like, do you remember me? Walks in, and I was like, yeah, I remember you. And she goes, I can use my hands, it's amazing. And this week, I've had 2 people come up to me and tell me, you will not believe how beneficial this salve is. My mother, my aunt, well, this customer's mother, she bought it for her mother to try one of these free samples. Her mother would wake up every night with horrible arthritis in her hands, shooting pain. Tylenol, Motrin, nothing would help her go back to sleep. 5 minutes, she was back in bed. It was a miracle. So then you go ahead and take it to a few other reviews that I've gotten. My aunt, my personal aunt, has always had arthritis in her fingers. She will wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning, can't go back to sleep because it's just throbbing so bad. She'll put my salve on, and she'll be able to go right back to bed. She doesn't even have to get out of bed now from the pain. She can just put it on, and she rolls over and goes back to sleep. And it is sometimes really hard for some people to go back to sleep. And the fact that it's chemical-free, all natural, it just puts the cherry on top for me. I'm just like, I love the fact that it's made with plants. So each herb does something a little bit different. And I try to put that in there, and you can also kind of read the descriptions that are on our website as well to go ahead and know what the difference are between, but I'll give you a brief summary of kind of what it is. So dandelion, if you have arthritis, any salve with dandelion, I highly recommend that one for you. I get this question a lot. I have arthritis, I have a lot of pain, which salve would benefit me? Get dandelion, any salve. It could be the mixed one, the dandelion yarrow calendula, dandelion itself, dandelion tallow. That will be the one for you. If you have bleeding issues, and when I mean bleeding issues where you nick yourself and you can't get it to stop bleeding even if you're holding pressure onto it, if your husband's out in the garage and he accidentally saws his arm off for some random reason that we all question, why were you doing that by yourself? Yarrow salve to the rescue. You could put it right on it. It will cauterize the wound, which means it will stop the bleeding, make it so you have enough time to get to the ER. They can take care of it. If they need to clean it out, they can clean it out. There's no plant parts in my salve, so it is 100% safe for us at home. If it's a boo-boo that you can just put a Band-Aid on it, boom, you're set. You don't even have to worry about cleaning it, disinfecting it, because it's doing it for you. That's the one part I love about lavender being in there, is because it makes it first aid. All of my salves are first aid. You can leave it on the skin. It will not hurt you. Same thing with the dogs. If they lick it off, it will not hurt them. So we have Dandelion and Yarrow covered. Now we have one with Calendula. Why would I make one with Calendula? I get asked that actually quite a lot in my booth. So I ended up making Calendula because I personally wanted something while I was pregnant for stretch marks. I was Googling everything. I wanted to buy something of how I could get rid of stretch marks. I've already had one kid. I got stretch marks from it. So I was like, you know what? We're going to go the extra mile, and I'm just going to make one of myself at home. Well, little did I know I was adding it to my collection. So Calendula is highly moisturizing. You can put it on your skin as a first aid. It is a first aid herb. So it covers a lot of the same qualities as Dandelion and Yarrow, but it's highly more moisturizing. So that is one of my key points of how I introduce it to my customers. So that's why all three of them are in one. So you're literally getting the combo pack of a punch in one salve with all three herbs. So the other magical herb that we have is our tallow. I actually have a large jar here of it. This is the jar that I made to make our samples out of. And I'm planning to make some samples today of this because we are running a little bit low. So I have a whole nother gallon of pickle jar in the garage of this. I'm not kidding. I love this stuff. I have a jar in my car. I have a jar in my bathroom, my kitchen, my bedroom, my purse. Am I missing anywhere else?
No, I think you covered it.
Okay, I have it everywhere. I love this stuff. My kids rely on this. Before, it was all of my yellow salves. I have to have it everywhere. It was great, but the problem was it heats up, it melts, and in Michigan summers, it's a nightmare when things melt in your car or in your purse, and you're like, I don't really want it all over my stuff. So this year, we ended up taking on a whole new challenge of beef tallow, how to render it, which is cleaning it, how to go ahead and make the products, what's the proper way to doing it. Well, to go ahead and make our yellow salves, you're using 4.5 cups of olive oil to go ahead and make those batches. So there's a lot of olive oil in there, just trying to give you a mindset of it. And then we go from the other spectrum of our tallow product, and it's a 1/2 cup of olive oil for the whole batch, which in my mindset, I'm like, well, this may not be good because the olive oil, which is infused with the dandelion, has the magic, and yet it's in a lower dose in my tallow products. And I honestly was worried at first. I was like, oh no, maybe this might not be as strong as I'm hoping, or it might not react as what I'm hoping for my customers. So I had a few people try it. And I'm like, hey, I made this new product. I know you've tried my other stuff. I really want a good feedback. I was blown away by the feedback. They loved it. They completely switched from my beeswax salves to tallow. And right now, it is still on sale. January 1st, price goes up. But this stuff acts faster, moisturizes in 10 times better, has a lot more vitamins. Tallow is anti-aging, goes ahead and you can use it on your face, you can use it anywhere in your body. If you have a dog that likes to lick your feet, this stuff works great. My dog will lick my legs for, oh golly gee, I try not to let her lick my legs, so I don't know really how long, but she chases my kids around all the time when I put it on. It's beef tallow, it smells good. So if you have a pet, it may not be the best thing for the pet because they will lick it, but this stuff works 10 times better than my yellow salve. So if you have arthritis, aches, pains, bruises, sores, arthritis, I highly recommend tallow for those that have massively severe arthritis. Because the dandelion in here mixed with the beef tallow comes with a punch. So I have a lady at work, for an example, and she stopped me this week. And I wish I could get her on camera. I have asked her, and she just refuses. She's like, nope, I will give you my review, but I want no interest of sharing it and voicing my opinion as myself. I said, okay, I will respect that. I respect all of my customers that way. It's their choice. So I will share it for her. She comes up to me, she goes, that stuff is magic. Nothing else works. I can go ahead and do anything. I can get up, stretch, and the pain is still there. My arthritis, knee surgery, she has lots of pain. And she goes, and lately, with it being cold here in Michigan, the arthritis is killing her. It's like, she's like, I can't sleep, I can't do nothing. She goes, big eyes, looking right at me. She goes, you will not believe this. I grab your salve jar, because she was on the yellow salves before, and I switched her actually about 6 months ago to the tallow. She was actually mad I didn't tell her about it. So when she did get to try it, she was very excited. And now she comes up and goes, I put that stuff on, instant. Instant! I don't even rub it in, it's instant! It's gone, pain's gone. I'm like, well, that's interesting. It works that fast. Put it right on, pain starts going away, soaks right in, and it lasts longer. It's like mind-blowing. So it's one of my brand new products that came out this year of 2025. I have free samples of it for everybody to try. So if you're looking for the magic of whichever one's best, it's a personal preference of what you like it to do. My beef tallow has different benefits from my beeswax, but the herbs are the same. So if you have any questions in regards to those, you can leave a comment below. And I hope that kind of answers what my husband's question was.
Yeah, I think you covered it. Will this help with my old sports injury / arthritis?
Oh, yes. So there is a lot of people that... My husband actually used to be a runner, so he's very familiar with sports injuries, but he'll never tell you that. And I used to be a dancer, and we all know, no matter what sport you're in, eventually you're going to pull a muscle, you're going to hurt yourself, or there's going to be a bad tumble somewhere, and you may be able to skate out of it easily, and sometimes you don't skate out of it easily. So, to answer his questions, yes, my salves will help with all of it. All the way down from a lip balm, to cold sores, to bruises, to sores in your muscles, to pulled muscles. You can put this on your skin every single day to help it to heal, help it to feel better, help it to be moisturized, and it's better than icy hot. So my family grew up on icy hot. They loved it. I didn't like it. I didn't like how it felt in my body. It made me feel very cold. My whole body would shiver. And it made me also feel hot at the same time, which I didn't like because it just felt like my skin was boiling off. And I hated that feeling, but you know, when your muscles hurt and they're tight, you need something to help release them. And so last month, the nurse at work's like, hey, put this on, it's gonna be great. She gives me 5 samples, and I was like, okay. Gives me rubber gloves, so it's not on my hands, so I could still work without my hands being numb. And that's like one of the worst things, is having your hands be numb after you apply something on your skin. Because you can't really do much with your hands because they all feel funky. So that's one thing I love about my salves, is you don't get a funky feeling from these. They go on your skin, they moisturize. You can wash it with soap and water, and if your hands are too oily, you can wash it off. It's not going to make your skin irritated. It's not going to make your skin tingly. It soaks in, and it just feels good. Actually, massage therapists, I've had 2 of them reach out to me this week. One of them's local, one of them was not. And the local one, I even got a free massage out of it. I was like, I'll bring you some actual big size samples and I'll get a free massage from this. And she goes, I'm game. And you wouldn't believe it. She was like, I am so excited. She literally, I gave her 5 of these jars and they were quite liquefied. The beeswax had broke down, so they're more liquidy. And I said, put those in a squeeze jar. You can take them with you for clients to go ahead and rub it in on their skins at the hospital. Because she goes and visits people and massages hands. I said, you can put a little bit on each person to make them feel better. It helps with all those little teeny tiny things. I'm a constant person on the computer. Arthritis, carpal tunnel is my worst enemy. You can put it on any muscle and it will help. You can massage it in, it will help. I have a buddy that bike rides every single day. Well, he used to, not in the winter. But he used to do 5,000 miles every single day on a pedal bike. His arms, his wrists, and everything, arthritis galore. I'd see him every single morning at work just rubbing it right into his arms. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, your salve, I'm using it. I'm like, well, what are you doing with the salve? Well, I'm rubbing it in, so it's like getting into it. And I was like, I don't think you have to rub it in, but that works. Everybody has a different preference on how they need to apply it. If you need to use it to where you're massaging it into the muscle, this yellow salve works great for that. This is like the best moisturizing massage therapy you can get. If you're looking for something that you want to whip onto the skin really just on the top without digging into the muscles and the tissue, I personally like the beef tallow because it soaks in easy, it's not there for long, and the scent of all my products are not overbearing. So if you are coming up from a car accident, a running accident, or being a football player, this stuff will help your healing process. It even states in my book of how fast it can help heal. I personally tell everybody it will make your healing 10 times faster from healing on its own. And I personally have seen it at 20%, to where I've had cold sores on my face that have lasted weeks. And it will take my cold sore down to, I'll have it on Monday start, and it will be gone on Friday. And I'm a person where if I get a cold sore, I break out everywhere. It's just everybody's different. Everything reacts different to each individual person. So it's magical in its own way.
Can you tell the story about that lady who regained her hand mobility again?
Yeah. So I had a lady come up to my booth, and this was about 4 years ago. And she was just walking by, and I'm handing samples out left and right to anybody. Nobody knew really about my company at the time. I was just trying to get some groundwork with some people that were local, and I've got an event. So I'm here handing samples out, and this lady walks by, and her hand is just like this as she's walking, you know? And I'm like, that's typically not how people walk with their hands. Usually their fingers are long, or they're coming up to grab something and they're moving them, and her hand just wasn't moving at all. And I was like, this is a person I want. I eyed her down. I went right up to her and I said, I have something for you for free. And she looked at me and goes, I'm not interested. Have a great day. And she went to keep walking, and I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I actually got her to stop at my booth for 30 minutes. 30 minutes! I couldn't believe how long of a conversation I had with her after that. I actually was able to get her to tell me about her hand. So she has had arthritis in her hands for a very long time. She says, for the last 5 years I've been working with doctors. I have gone to the doctors. I've had surgeries. I've had arthritis surgery. I've had carpal tunnel. And the doctors have given me everything under the moon. And now they're saying I will never have movement of my hand again. My hand is shot. It is over with. Nothing is going to bring it back. They have tried nerves. They have tried everything. And I felt really bad for her. I was like, this salve, I personally make it myself. It says it helps with aches, pains, bruises, sores, arthritis. At the time, I was still going through herbal school, so I was still learning. But I wanted to work with some customers this way I can kind of know what works and what doesn't work. Well, she ended up taking the sample. 3 months later, she ends up giving me a call to pick up an order. She comes into my house and goes, do you remember who I am? And I just kind of looked at her, and she goes, I was the lady with the hand that didn't work. And I was like, oh yeah, I do remember that. You were really struggling. You couldn't pick up your grandkids, couldn't hold a wallet, nothing. And she goes, you will not believe it. I took your advice. I took the sample home. I didn't think it would work at all. I was just like, this is almost a waste of my time. And the fact that I took the time out to talk to her, she goes, we'll see. So she tries it, and she rubs it on her wrist, like right here where all the intestines, the blood work and everything that flows through your hands, because a lot of your nerves go right through this section. She rubs it right here. And within 3 months, after 5 years, she can move her fingers in her hand. She actually could carry her own products out of my house. I was just mind blown. I'm like, if the salve can go ahead and fix something a doctor can't understand, why are we relying on medications that don't work? Why are we doing something with side effects when you can put this on your skin and there's no side effects? Granted, there is an allergic reaction or a latex reaction with dandelion, so you do have to be precautious and learn about things before you're adding them onto your skin, and I do understand that because not everything is perfect for everybody. But for the people that I have seen this work with, it has been a miracle. I literally tell people all the time, this is magic salve. You have it, it will take it away. That arthritis, gone. It's like a miracle.
How many samples are left for today's live?
Well, as of right now, we are working with Dandelion, Yarrow, Calendula samples. We have a basket here going. I just did these ones up last night. I about had 20 left, and they're going fast. And this is not a sample that I typically have in stock, so I probably did about 100 samples of these, give or take. and I do have probably another 100 to go that I'm labeling. And then after this, I won't have the sample available anymore of our Dandelion Yarrow Calendula salve. We are very limited on certain salves that we have. So on our website, there's 2 places you can go to get free samples with us. We have it on our website, and we have a link in our link tree, which is on our Facebook page and on TikTok. So you can go and find it. If you can't find it, comment below. I will give you the link personally so you can go get it yourself. So with that, we have many different salves. This right here is Dandelion Yarrow Calendula. We have Dandelion and Yarrow salve as well. We have Yarrow salve, and we have Dandelion salve, and we also have Tallow salve. But what samples do I always have available on my website that's free? Well, we always have Dandelion salve and our Tallow salve, which is also dandelion. These are the only samples I typically have available that are free for people to try. But right now, you can get my Dandelion Yarrow salve, my Dandelion Yarrow Calendula salve, my Yarrow salve for free on us because we're amazing for you guys. So we have these amazing samples that you can get right now. Any of our salves, you can try it for free. But limited time. We only got so much supply, so once it's gone, it's gone. And once it's gone, I'm going to have to take it off the list. And if it's off the list, you can't get any. So if you want to get your free sample in, now is the time because we just restocked this one and this one's flying fast. So if you want to give them a try of all of our 3 salve samples in one, Dandelion Yarrow Calendula is your go-to because this stuff is amazing. My personal other favorite was my Yarrow salve, and that was because my grandmother asked me to make that one to stop her bleeding so she can continue to cook in the kitchen. The most amazing thing is grandma's cooking, and when she can't cook, makes you want to cry. So I made that better. So if you have a grandma that's on blood thinners or likes to cook in the kitchen, nicks herself and can't stop bleeding, I highly recommend getting her a free sample of the Yarrow salve because you'll see grandma start cooking again.
If they love the sample, can they buy a big jar on Amazon for Christmas?
Absolutely. I actually personally love Amazon for this reason. I ship out everything off of my own website. I will hand ship it to you. But with Amazon, they have faster shipping. So I have all of my salves available on Amazon all the way from Dandelion salve, Dandelion Yarrow salve, Dandelion Yarrow Calendula salve in all 3 sizes. Large 4-ounce jar, 2-ounce tin, 2-ounce jar. These are the size samples on Amazon that you can buy and on my website. Those are the sizes, and you can get them in any flavor. We also have our beef tallow. This is new to Amazon as well. Available. They are stocked. Amazon has this to ship it out from their warehouse to you guys. So this is a 4-ounce size. Right now it's $20. This is going to be going up to $50 here January 1st, 2026. So if you want to give this jar a free sample size, we got a free sample we can ship to you right now, but the price is going to be jumping up on these sizes. So if you want to get your hands on a really nice deal, this is a really good deal, and it's also a deal on Amazon, same price. So this is a 1-ouncer and this is a 4-ouncer. There are price differences between them, obviously. Right now this one is $14 and it's going to be going up. I think it's going to be $25. And then this one right now is $20 and the price of this is going to be going up to $50. Beef tallow is not easy to go ahead and render, process, and make all the products. So, and there's a lot more benefits with beef tallow. But these are the sizes that you can get if you like the sample. And I know there's a lot of people out there being like, Sarah, I love your samples, but your product is expensive and I can't afford it. I get it. I'm there. I just bought Christmas presents. And I'm like, I need a loan. I can't pay for everything up front. Like, there's no way that I can put presents under my tree this year because I was just like, I can't afford it. I'm not there. I've had other issues this year. So that is why I have added to my own personal website. I know Amazon has a loan option with Affirm, but you can also get on our website, place an order, and if it's enough money, I think, because sometimes they have it to where it has to be a certain amount. I don't think I have it as a certain amount, but we use Clara, which is a loan company. So if you like to go ahead and purchase these on our website, you can get a loan through our website to be able to afford it. So Amazon has that as an option in the checkout. Our website has it as an option in the checkout. So if you can't afford it, I understand. Nothing is 100% easy with money nowadays. So I try to make it as easy and affordable for everybody. I try not to jack up the prices to where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't afford nothing, because I know how important it is for us to function every single day. Functioning is the most important thing. If we can't function, we can't work. If we can't work, we're not paying bills. And I grew up in a family company, and seeing my whole family struggle with pain, and it was hard. I watched my oldest brother break his hand, and my father's like, you can't go to ER. You're going to continue working. Plywood, duct tape, next 5 hours loading a trailer. And I'm like, I will never, ever deal with that. Never. That will stick with me for the rest of my life. Having pain, take care of it. You need to care about yourself. You are beautiful and strong, and you may need a perfect salve to help you along the way because it's naturally and beneficial and moisturizing, and that pain of arthritis will just be gone instead of you waking up in the middle of the night or having a knee pain or anything. It's a game changer. Alrighty.
Does the sample sign-up sheet work on mobile phones?
Yes. So on Linktree, you can go ahead and pull that up right on your cell phone. You can also go ahead and pull it up online as well. And if you have any issues, you can also pop over onto our website. If you have an issue with the free sample that is on the website, we actually have a chat section. You can send me a personal message. You can email me, text me, call me. I will answer any of the questions that you guys have. Leave a comment below the videos. I will get back with you. I love questions because I like to make it as easy and simple as possible for everybody to get a free sample from us. So we try to make it as simple and easy. Go to our link tree, click on the top link. It is the biggest link that says free sample, and you can go ahead and fill out the form. It does not ask for no credit cards, and we will get it shipped right out to you. So it is easy to do it online and on cell phones, and it's even shareable.
Where are you shipping your products from? Is it here in the U.S.? or?
Yes, we are located here in Michigan, out of a little town called Coleman. As of right now is where we're based out of. I handpick all of my own herbs. We make all of our own products. So we have all of these available here in Michigan, and we mail them out from our home base. All of our samples go straight through me, so I am personally handwriting you these letters and mailing them to you with the free information. So you get free sample, free information, and if you have any questions, reach right out to me. I'm happy to help you guys. And one of my favorite things is, I was so excited, I've gotten like 3 free sample orders to Canada. I've not shipped to Canada. I don't even think Shopify ships to Canada. I know on Amazon I have it in Mexico and the US and Canada. So they are available on Amazon with the products through them, but I got my first UK order. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never had to ship anything to the UK. I had to Google how to mail a sample to them because I know customs is a nightmare. So one of the favorite things that I love about being a small company is that I don't have to ship it in a box that goes, hey, customs, look at me. I'm product shipping out of the United States. I need you to look at me. I ship stuff out of the U.S. I tried to ship 10 breastfeeding shirts to a friend of mine in Brazil, and they all got shipped back to me 3 months later. I was very bummed, and they're like, nope, this is product. You can't ship product. I'm like, this isn't product. This is a gift. I don't sell shirts. I personally was giving my own shirts to her. And they're like, no. So I will search a way to get it to you, to get it through customs. I will make it so it looks like a friend box. I will make sure that it doesn't get flagged in customs. If it does, we will deal with it. I can ship to really anywhere. I will personally make it happen. If it is a sample, it is free shipping. You can sign up, I will ship it straight to you. I will figure it out. If it is a full-size product, we will put this in a bubble wrapper and try to ship it. If you try to order more than one, we may have to go ahead and give it a few days to ship one in between so it doesn't flag the system, because I do know how it works, but we will get it to you. I love working with all my customers and clients, and I know how beneficial it is, and I've gotten this question a lot. So based on where I can ship to and where I'm from, yes, we are based here in the United States, but the biggest question I always get is, what is your recipe? How do you make it? Well, especially for those that aren't in the United States, this could be very beneficial for you because you can make it yourself at home. I personally have a herbal class at Cozy Cat here in Sanford, Michigan, and we have one class left of the year, and we're going to be making homemade cough syrup. I know that has nothing to do with dandelions, but I teach a herbal class so people can get interested and learn about these herbal products, and it's only $10 for a seat. You get a free coffee or tea, you get a free beverage with something like, I make a lot of dandelion products, dandelion jelly, dandelion olive oil. We have free samples of that, but I teach people how to make the products in person. And we also have a book that you can find in our Linktree app and on our website called Dandelion Magic, and it has over 100 cooking recipes, over 100 medicine making recipes, has 20 or more DIY projects that you can do with kids to make things at home, and a ton more. And I mean a ton more. Like, it's just the tip of the iceberg. I filled this book with as much knowledge as possible, and you can even buy the mini books of the books in the big book if you want. So I try to make it as easy and simple as possible, so where if you want the recipe, you can have every recipe I'm going to make. You can have it all in one book. So this way, you don't have to worry about the shipping. You don't have to worry about how to do it all. You don't have to worry. You can make it yourself. I even sell the olive oil that is infused with the herbs. So you can even take this home and purchase this and be like, you know what? Sarah already made this. I can buy the other ingredients and I can make it. This will make a ton of salve. It's like a no-brainer for me. But you guys can tell me the honest truth.
So what happens if the sign-up sheet in the bio says it's full?
So that's quite an interesting question, because I don't expect to ever get that question. The free sample sheet that you use to sign up is available for everybody. I do not have a limit on it. The only time that I will put a limit on it is if I am out on a certain product. And I will do my best to go ahead and make sure everybody is satisfied. If anybody has any issues, they can personally reach out to us, and we'll be to help. If the link isn't working and you decide to go to the website for the free sample, I will ship you out the 2 free samples automatically that are on our website to you guys, just to make sure you're taken care of. My website will always have our free samples of the 2 dandelions, always. So we will keep our link open for these other salve samples that we do not have on our website, so you guys can take them and try them, and when time runs out of our inventory, we will go ahead and fix it in our Linktree sheet that you can go ahead and sign up for free without a credit card. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us. I'm happy to help. We also do bulks, and from there, after February, I'm letting this go till February, so I'm assuming we're going to be sold out before then, but I am going to let it stay online till February. So if you want to get your samples, right now's the time. These also make really good stuffing stockers. So hope that answers that question.
Can people use your products on kids and pets for sores?
Absolutely. So all of my salves, you can go ahead and use them on your kids. You can use them around their face. I've personally, as a breastfeeding mother, used this as nipple cream, diaper rash cream, any boo-boo, belly button healing, all the way down to 0 years old. This is what I relied on, was my salves. This was the best choice that I ever made, because I knew no matter what my kid touched, no matter where she went, no matter what she did, this wasn't going to hurt her. And I can set the jar down, and they come up to me and go, Mommy, I got a boo-boo. I look at the boo-boo. Okay, your boo-boo's fine. Go grab some salve. Okay. They go grab the salve, open it up, and put it on themselves. I don't have to worry about, oh, what are they going to put it on? Are they going to put it in their eyes? Are they going to put it in their mouth? Are they going to put it on their sister? Or is the dog going to get into it? That's always our fear, is worry, worry, worry. This stuff you don't have to worry about. I have a dog. I have kids. I have 2 kids. Come here. I know, you're sleeping. Ugh. We have pets. This is Ella. And she loves our beef tallow. And she loves to kiss and lick. And I'm not kidding you, I'm licking. Yes, I know. You can use it on your pets. I actually sell this in another facility that goes to dog shows for dogs, because it helps them to not slip on the floor. You can put it onto their paws, help with the boo-boos, help with all of that. Settle down. if you have a dog that gets into dog fights, our Yarrow salve is amazing for that. Stops the bleeding, starts healing, keeps it from getting infected. Granted, there's a point where yes, you do need to go to a vet for some things, but if you're a dog owner and you know things, you know some things just work as they are. And I've had customers come up and actually hunt for me for my Yarrow salves because it stops the bleeding. And they use it because their dogs get into fights all the time. And it just makes it so it's easy. They have other dogs that lick the other one, and they don't have to worry about contamination. They don't have to worry about their dogs getting sick. If it gets into their system, their coat's going to be really nice and shiny because it's going to be healthy. It's beeswax. Beeswax isn't going to hurt them. Shea butter is moisturizing. It's not going to hurt them. It is one of those amazing things about our salves is it is pet friendly. I have had my corgi, I kid you not, eat a whole jar. I went ahead and left it on the counter, and we all know corgis are very food motivated. And she ate the whole jar. Her coat was nice and shiny for the next 2 weeks, so it was amazingly precious. So yes, you can use it on your kids and on your pets. It's 100% safe, natural, organic, and if they lick it, eat it, it's not going to hurt them. I do not recommend you eat my salves. It does not taste the best. I have seen customers try it right in front of me at my booth, so I make sure to separate my jellies from my salves for that reason, because I always have samples out. So yes, I have seen these being eaten before. I do not recommend that. If you get this in the mail, I'm going to add in a piece of paper stating, please do not consume me. I will not hurt you, but please do not consume me. The sample is for on your skin topically. And it can be used on adults, grandparents, kids, teenagers, pets, dogs, horses, cats, etc.
Is the tallow you're making now for the same stuff that's in the free samples?
Yes. So all of my tallow products that I have on Amazon and here at home is currently actually all the same batch because I like to make things right in a row. I like to be as organized as possible, so this way I'm like, okay, we're going to make this batch, and then I do another batch right on top of it. So this way I'm copying the exact same thing, and I know exactly everything that's going onto it. I'm not mixing any of the beeswax in here. I have been asked if my tallow has beeswax in it, and no, it does not. If you want beeswax in it, yes, I can make it happen, but that's a special order. This right here is exactly the sample you're going to get. This right here is exactly what is in our finished product, exactly what is in our tins. This is the exact same thing, which is amazing, in my opinion, because I like having the same thing be shipped to you. It's horrible getting a sample and be like, oh my gosh, this works so amazing, and then you actually buy the product and you're like, this is nothing like the sample. What did they send me? I hate those guessing games, and I would hate to put my customers through that, so I make sure you guys get exactly the same product of which I'm making, and I'm not joking at all. I truly, if I have people want a sample and I don't have a sample on me, I will pull the one out of my purse and be like, here, you want to try it? I'll let you try it. You want to see what I have in my purse? I'll show you. This is my purse. I have a sample right here. Ta-da! And I use this one every single day, although this one I use my lips on a lot. Easy to use, easy to put on, moisturize, don't even have to worry about my fingers being dirty. And my favorite thing about this, no matter what the temperature is, in my car, in my purse, in my house, this salve does not melt unless you're like 200 degrees, 175. Anything that is like massively static, I can't even say the word, a lot of heat, yeah, things melt. A lot of things melt in the heat. But you want to have a salve that doesn't want to melt, that can sit in your car? I had a salve jar sit in my car all summer long, and it never melted. It got a little soft, which was nice because it was easy for my kids to get it out of the jar. But man, was it easy to use. And man, it was so nice not having a jar leak all over my car and being like, oh, I have to make sure it's sitting upright, and then if you turn the car and it's not sitting in a cup holder and it tips over. This one doesn't leak because it's actually a jar that seals, but I have found out that these ones, if people wear these ones in their pockets sideways, they tend to leak when they heat up. So you have to be very precautious of kind of things that you like. And I honestly, if you ask me, I'll be honest about my products, which ones could possibly leak, which ones don't, which is why I'm very particular about the products that I use and which items I put in what jars. So if you want something that's not going to melt, I recommend this one, or beef tallow. It is amazing. It will last. Well, I can't tell you really how long it will last, depending on how long you'll use it, but This stuff is like good for like 2 years or more. It is amazing, and it will not melt in your car.
What's the difference between dandelion and yarrow for pain?
So I'll put a spin on this one. I'll start with yarrow. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you're out in the wild on a hike, and you're hiking, and then all of a sudden you trip and you fall, and you've hurt your arm to where you can't even use your arm. You could have even broken your arm to where you got a bone sticking out of it. You can decide how horrible it is, but you have to get to a hospital, and there's no way to get back to your car because it's 5 miles away. It could be uphill, downhill, straight, whichever way. But you have to get there and get an ambulance because wherever you're at may or may not have service. So with that, yarrow has been one that many learn about, especially in the Army, I've heard, that people use because they want to learn about this plant because it's called the first aid wild plant. And I'm not kidding you. I have heard so many stories about this plant. That's why I wrote a book on it, because it's just amazing. If you can identify yarrow, you will be able to save your life. It will stop bleeding. You could take this plant, take the leaves off the stem, take between 2 rocks, and make a poultice. And you're just going to make a poultice. You can even put it in your mouth, and then spit it out, shove it in the wound. It will disinfect the wound, keep it from getting infected, going ahead and stopping the bleeding, taking the pain away. Yarrow has a very big pain tolerance, and man knows it, we're great. It will take pain away. It is a first aid must-have, in my opinion. It is magic. So the biggest difference between yarrow and dandelion is yarrow stops the bleeding. It will cauterize the wound and make it so you can make it to the hospital. It also goes ahead and starts keeping it from getting infected, because that's just what that plant does. That plant is full of so many benefits. You can use the flower, you can use the stem, you can use the leaves. I personally cut the stem off and use the whole top stem, leaves, flower, and everything in my salves. I believe in the whole plant being so beneficial. If you want yarrow to grow back the next year, though, don't pull out the roots, because it will take at least 2 years for it to grow back. I made that mistake, because I did use roots. I used to use roots all the time. I used to use the whole thing. Now I just use the tops. This way I know I have recurring plants coming back every single year. With that, we also have yarrow. So the difference between yarrow and dandelion is yarrow stops bleeding, but dandelion does something a little bit more different because the compounds are different. So dandelion is very, very useful for arthritis. Dandelion, you can put it on your skin for moisturization, aches, pains, bruises, sores, arthritis, and it does take the pain away. Dandelion and yarrow both have a very good pain tolerance to be able to knock it out. They also are very good at keeping the wound clean and disinfecting it. I personally rely on the lavender in my salves to make sure it is 100% first aid, because that's what gives it that first aid kick, even though yarrow is all naturally first aid. So dandelion I highly recommend for the arthritis, for the pain, for the wounds that need to heal with the moisturization. That is the one I personally love for that. So that is the difference between the yarrow and the dandelion. So yeah, you can go grab a dandelion, mush that one all up, and put it on your wound. But there's also yarrow you can go do that one with as well, which will stop the bleeding. But dandelion will not. It will just look messy. But dandelion has a lot of other benefits, like the stem, that white stuff that comes out, great for warts. It will take warts away. It is magic. You can also make whistles with dandelions and a whole lot more. And you can find that in my dandelion magic book. I do have benefits listed of what it covers and everything, what's like the difference between lettuce and dandelion, because you can eat dandelion. You can also eat yarrow. A lot of people don't realize that. And it does something different inside the body versus outside. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for.
How long does it take for a sample to arrive once someone signs up?
So once you sign up, I give it about 3 days at most before I go ahead and send out an email stating, hey, we went ahead and got your order, because obviously right now it's Saturday. I'm making samples. I'm not shipping today. So come Monday, everybody will get that email. I will be shipping them out first thing Monday morning. You will be getting it in my email. I have a 3-day wait to where it sends you an email that says your item has shipped, because I don't do tracking. I do stamps for the free samples. I don't do the tracking. But you will get it somewhere between that point in time, 7 to 10 days. And I say 7 to 10 days because right now is Christmas. There's lots of mail. I cannot control the post office. I can't control how fast you're going to get it. Even with the tracking Like, if you buy this, yes, these will have tracking. You will be able to track your purchase. I will be able to track it down. UPS destroys it. We have insurance on it. We will replace it. No questions asked. The samples, however, are not tracked. I cannot guarantee when it will get received. I have had feedback that people have received them very fast. I actually, for the first 2 weeks of me having the form out and me posting about it, I didn't ship anything because I was waiting for stamps to show up. I didn't have any stamps to mail anything, and I felt bad. I'm like up to 50 people and I can't mail anything. I was just sitting there going, I feel bad. I want to get it out because why am I holding on to the magic? The people need to enjoy the magic and feel better. So I now have stamps, so I'm no longer being held back to be able to ship these out as fast as possible to you guys. It is somewhere between 7 and 10 days is what I said, but I have had people tell me it was 2 days in the mail and they got it and were able to try it. So it is kind of based on how far away you are and how close you are to Michigan here in the United States, and it just kind of goes from there. Everybody that is putting in a sample request from Friday to Sunday, I'll be making them up Sunday to go ahead and mail you out on Monday, and they will be right out the door. And yes, you will get an email on them, a quick text that your item has shipped, so this way you know to be looking for it in the mailbox. And if anybody has questions, or if you get a product that is damaged in the mail because USPS squished it or something, we will work with you, I promise. And I make sure my customers are happy and satisfied.
Is your class next week really only $10?
Yes. So our class at Cozy Cat is in person. You get to drive there, have a free coffee, a free dandelion tea is our specialty, and we also have a free treat as well as being able to make something in person. We usually have our classes to where the first of the week class, that is the beginner's class, and then the second one is for everybody else to go ahead and come in and join, because we really get digging into what they want to learn about. I try to connect with my class, so it's not like you're walking in and being like, okay, everybody, we're going to be learning about blah, blah, blah today, and this is in your book on page blah, 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 because that just sounds so boring. Nobody wants to be boring. So I like to go ahead and have that first welcoming class, but this class next week is not a welcoming class. It is the ultimate class. Everybody is welcome and everybody can join, no matter what the age. It is $10 per person. You get a tea, you get a treat, and you get to take something home and learn something along the way. And I even am going to be making homemade cough syrup this next week on Wednesday. It is 5:30 to 7, and we are sitting at Cozy Cat in Sanford, Michigan, and you even get to take a whole hour and go visit the kitty cats on the other side and play with them and pet them, and that is on a whole separate side of the building closed, so the cats are separate from our class, obviously. But it is available with your purchase of the $10 seat, and yes, you can bring your kids, we get all hands-on, and you even get to take something home yourself. Is that all your questions for today, my love?
Yes, the kids are up.
Alrighty, our timer is up. We were waiting on our kids to wake up from their nap, and they are now awake, so I'm going to go get them. And I hope everybody has a blessed day and a Merry Christmas. And I hope that if anybody has any questions, they can go ahead and comment below, send me a message, and I'll be happy to jump on and definitely jump into that, especially since walking in the Cozy Cat yesterday, we actually did Christmas shopping with the kids. And the excitement of having a fully booked class is amazing. So we have our free samples that we are mailing out right now, whether you're close or far away, and we also have fully booked herbal classes. So if you want to get your seat in, right now is the time to go ahead and jump in. We have the event on Facebook and the phone number to contact Cozy Cat to book your seat. And right now is the time because it is filling up fast. So if you want to go ahead and get jumping in on that, make sure to link the you can comment below if you want to find it, and I can actually connect you right to it, or you can call Cozy Cat in Sanford, Michigan and book your seat right now because it is filling up fast, and it's so much fun to be able to go into a herbal class and be making things you want to make, not because I want to make it, because I make a lot of things, but I'd rather you guys go home and have a blast. So I hope you all have a blast and have a blessed, wonderful day. Bye!